Hey guys, Will here with my friend Lynx,
Hey guys.
and today we're talking about a bunch of Star Wars stuff because they just announced a bunch of things over the past week, and kind of past week as well about Star Wars stuff. So
Yeah, and we would be doing a Obi-Wan mid-season review, but I'm dumb and thought it came out on a Wednesday, or sorry, on a Friday, not Wednesday. So,
no, it's all right. That'll be the next video for you guys.
yeah, so that should be the next video. But anyways, I have a trivia question.
All right.
So, Mr. Star Wars over here, we're gonna
Oh
see if he gets
gosh.
this right. I think the last Star Wars trivia question we did, you got wrong.
Yes, because I missed the last two council members.
So, you have a 50-50 shot. No pressure.
All right.
Which hand got cut off by Darth Vader? Which of Luke's hands got cut off by Darth Vader?
Wasn't it his right hand?
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
It was his right hand.
Yeah. Because I'm imagining Luke holding out his stub, and also when he's getting it worked on, like at the
Yeah,
end of
that's
Empire.
a good way to think about it.
So it was his right hand.
It was. And I also have a question. I know Obi-Wan's still coming out, but maybe I think we know each other's, but this is more general questions. The question of the week is, what is your favorite Disney Plus show so far?
Okay. I have to think about every Disney Plus show. I really like Hawkeye. I really
Real
like,
okay, I actually did not expect that.
but I'm trying to think. What are the other ones? Let me go in Disney.
Mandalorian,
Oh, yeah.
Captain America and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision. Um,
Um, Gosh. Okay. Um,
and then there's more, but Moon Knight,
yeah, probably.
What If?
So for me, it's between Mandalorian and Hawkeye. Because I think, in my opinion now, Hawkeye was the best Marvel show. Um, and I think Obi-Wan probably is gonna surpass Mandalorian. But for right now, Mandalorian's the best Star Wars one out.
I agree with the Mandalorian, but I love WandaVision.
The only reason why I wouldn't agree is because it's so big brain and also starts off just agonizingly.
The start is so rough, but I'd rather a rough start and a good finish than a good start and a rough finish.
Are you saying Hawkeye finished rough?
No, I'm saying Moon Knight finished rough.
Oh, yeah,
But
that's true.
Hawkeye was good throughout.
Yeah, I think it was just a really solid show.
Yeah, it was a really good show. I
Yeah.
feel like it just feels so underrated to me because it wasn't like the most amazing thing. Like none of the episodes to me were, oh my gosh, this is the best episode ever. But none of the episodes were, oh my gosh, this is terrible. It was like this is good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
I
to
w-
rewatch Hawkeye because I might have to agree with you if I do.
well, I feel like WandaVision's like comparably the two stars of WandaVision are better than Hawkeye, but I really like Kate Bishop and I really like Hawkeye, you know.
Fair enough. I think that's a good argument. I feel like you have a better argument than I do when I say WandaVision. But
I mean,
um
WandaVision's good though. I mean, so
yeah, it's
I
just the first
understand it.
few episodes where it's like stop. Stop.
Yeah.
Feel really weird. Anyways, ask someone that question because I guarantee 90% of the answers are going to be the Mandalorian, but maybe
I feel
you'll get
like
like that 10% that say like, I really loved Moon Knight. I really loved What If, which I don't know.
I feel like 30% of the answers will be, "Oh, I don't own Disney Plus." So,
Possibly.
that's always an option.
Yeah, I would ask for this question. I would ask someone, like superheroes and watches the Disney shows.
Or Star Wars fans.
Yes. Which we've talked about this before. I feel never mind. I'm not bringing that up at all.
All right.
Not going on my rant about the Mandalorian again.
All right. So,
So we'll move on.
let me kind of talk about some of the things that were shown. Now, from my understanding, Lincoln, you've kind of been like under a rock this past week.
I really have. I got sick at the beginning of the week, and I don't know, and I just missed out on a lot of stuff. Just maybe because I was sleeping. I don't know. I was home, but I really wasn't doing anything. I guess.
I worked a lot, so that's my thing. But like, I still was like
Oh,
awake
okay.
at the end of the day. So there's that.
Yeah, I've basically been underneath a rock. I haven't seen anything, so this is gonna be fresh for me. This is gonna be a genuine
Oh,
reaction to everything.
for copyright sake, you guys probably won't see the full videos that I'll be showing to Lincoln here, but you'll probably see a tiny bit here and there. So let me share my screen. So here's just some of the things. Cassian Andor got a teaser trailer.
Finally, gosh.
They're so proud of themselves, so fat and satisfied.
They're everywhere. They're watching me now.
Soon enough, these days will end. There will be no rules going forward.
People are standing up. That's what a reckoning sounds like.
That was Andor.
Okay, can I give my? Are we gonna react to it right now?
Yeah, we can go ahead and talk about it.
All right. So Andor is this is before Rogue One.
Yes, because he's
So
dead.
this is in between. Oh yes, gosh, I need to rewatch Rogue One. Um, I've completely forgot about that. So between 3 and 4, I think this will be a really interesting movie because it looks like the buildup of the um,
Rebellion.
rebellion. Yeah, like it looks very interesting, and I don't know why I'm saying this because I hated it in the Clone Wars. I kind of like the political side,
Yeah.
which which is so dumb because that's one reason I don't like the beginning season of the Clone Wars. It's just because it's like the politics are so dumb in Clone Wars. It's just like blah 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 blah, and it's like that's a terrible point.
Yeah.
But I really like the Empire is hard
Like Mon Mothma is
to
gonna be.
hate. Really?
Yeah, she was the girl. That's
Oh,
was Mon Mothma. Let's see here.
oh,
Mon Mothma.
that makes
So
sense.
the politics you're probably gonna see some like the Senate of the Empire. Like the Imperial Senate.
That is actually really interesting. I'm excited to see that because I love seeing anything Empire. Like once we dive more into the Empire, like the Imperial side, it's just
Yeah.
it feels really cool. It feels very Star Wars, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Probably gonna see um a lot of guerrilla warfare type stuff and hiding and smuggling and spying.
Yeah, I am one of the few people who thought Rogue One was like a okay movie
I
because
liked
everybody
it.
else is like it's an amazing movie. I'm like the minority that's like it's like good, it's okay. Like
Well,
that's not
and
like the first
what's crazy about it is, sorry to cut you off, it's gonna have 24 episodes.
24.
It was confirmed that Andor's first season will consist of 12 episodes, and a second part is in the works with another 12.
That's really awesome.
So it begins August 31st. So,
That is so cool. I it's gonna be really cool because I know I'm like in the minority of like, oh, I don't know if I really care for Rogue One because it feels more like warlike, and people are like, well, it is a war. Well, yeah, but I don't know. I'm more of like the escapism mindset that's like it's got to take you away from your life, but have enough aspects to make it realistic. I don't know, but
yeah.
I think my perspective might be changing. Like I might need to rewatch Rogue One because so many people say that's their favorite Star Wars movie, which is crazy. Like the number of people I've asked, um, wearing like Star Wars shirts or whatever, um, say, "Oh yes, like Rogue One's my favorite Star Wars movie," which I didn't expect as many people to say that as I've heard, because you expect like Empire or I don't know. I'm also in the minority when it comes to Return of the Jedi or Revenge of the Sith. Empire, Revenge of the Sith usually are like the main ones, but I've heard a lot of Rogue One, so I think this will be a very popular show, and I think it will do very well.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say about it
I
besides?
so for me, I think it's gonna be really focused on the political side and like how the rebellion was actually forming. We don't really see. The only stuff we've seen with that is Rebels. Um, I feel like maybe we're gonna see more Gar Saxon. Sorry, not Gar Saxon. Saw Gerrera.
Oh
Um,
yeah, that's very likely.
so I
I
think,
thought Saw Gerrera.
yeah,
Oh, I thought Saw Gerrera. Never mind. This is before.
yeah, this is before he dies in Rogue One. Also,
Yeah, I was like, I could have
They all
sworn he
die.
died. I don't know. I just hope he's not throwing a grenade at a shield.
Hope he's learned to roll it. Maybe we'll see some other characters. I think the Imperial Senate is going to be really good. I don't know about Mon Mothma's actor. To be fair, we haven't really seen much of Mon Mothma. Just like her talking to the rebels at one point in the original trilogy, and then like a deleted scene and a glimpse of her in Revenge of the Sith. So
You know,
we'll
the
see.
politics for the rebellion versus the Empire are so different than the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
Like, in the Clone Wars, the politics are just boring, terrible. Like,
I mean,
they're
I,
what I think about it is it's so realistic to real life that it's kind of not fun, you know?
yeah,
Not that we have like a million like planets, but like there's a side that's obviously like more Republican based, and there's a side that's obviously more of like a Democratic style, and it's just like, uh, you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's just like, okay, like we hear this every day, like there's no reason we need to hear it more, but
I see your point of view. Your point of view.
but like the rebellion is like, oh, like it's really hard to side with the Empire, you know, like probably
I don't
very
know, man.
few people.
The Empire created jobs. Um, the Empire got rid of those evil Jedi. I mean,
This is true,
so
but it's just like a totally different dynamic. So I'm really like that. But we'll move on.
all right. The next thing is the Jedi is the Fallen Order. Well, Fallen Order 2 teaser. That was a pretty big. Have you played Fallen Order?
I've not. Have you?
I played a bit of it, but I know the story.
I've watched the story too.
Tell me, Cal Kestis, why lead when they
Is that the Falcon?
follow?
No.
Why fight?
Why fight?
When you can't win? What is your next move, Jedi?
Yeah,
Is that Darth Vader? No, who is that?
well, apparently there's going to be a second playable character. That
Oh, and
might
it's
have
just
been
like a Jedi that survived or something.
maybe. So
That's really interesting. Um,
at first I was like, "Is that the Grand Inquisitor?"
I thought it
But I
was
was
too.
because it's the same race, but we could just be racist. Could just be an
Well, it
Utapauan.
looked like the Grand Inquisitor sitting at the desk, but the hooded figure did not seem like the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, I think those are two different characters. Like, I think what they're going to do is, like, the Inquisitors that aren't dying in other parts of the lore, this is where they throw them, you know?
Hmm.
So if there's any, like, left to watch, they'll be in here.
That'd be awesome. I probably need to play through the game. I've like watched like the complete story. I don't remember all of it, but one of my favorite parts is where he fights Darth Vader, and it's just like he's running away because there's like nothing you can do.
Yeah, that's how it would be, and how it should be.
But that was pretty cool. I might have to buy the first one and then buy the second one as well, because I've heard really good things about it.
Well, let's see. When does it say it's coming out? So,
Oh, well, I have
it's been
time.
for a while.
I know this was like a super well received Star Wars game, so
It was, yeah. So they also announced a new show called Star Wars Skeleton Crew. I didn't
interesting.
really see much about it, but let's see what it says here. New Disney Plus original series that will launch in 2023 and star Jude Law. Created by Spider-Man No Way Home, John Watts, and Christopher Ford, Star Wars Skeleton Crew will follow a group of 10-year-old kids from a small planet who got lost in that galaxy far, far away and was trying to find their way home. The story will take place after Return of the Jedi and fit within the timeline of The Mandalorian and Ahsoka.
Doesn't sound that good.
So, yeah, I thought it would be
You know what I really want
a
to see?
Skeleton Crew. What?
Acolyte.
Acolyte's gonna be interesting because apparently Plagueis is in it. So
Oh my gosh.
I hope so. I hope he's in it. Oh yeah, they exclusive celebration footage of Mandalorian season 3. Where it shows him. I've seen parts of it
You
because
mean the Book of Boba Fett?
No, this is Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah, we already had a season 3.
No, Book of Boba Fett was Mandalorian season 2.5. Okay,
Oh, okay.
this is season 3. Basically, it shows him trying to redeem himself for taking off his helmet. He wants to be a Mandalorian again, so he goes to Mandalore. He goes there.
Is it just me? I'm very uninterested in this character now.
It's been a bit, where it's like he's seen so much that it makes us not care as much, I'm gonna say. But I think it'll be good.
Still need to watch Bad Batch.
So this is gonna be season 2 of Bad Batch. I saw all of season 1. I liked Bad Batch. I feel like you should finish Clone Wars before seeing Bad Batch. Because you're not going to know like a bunch of the fan service characters in this trailer. Also, in season 1 of Bad Batch, what looks like one of the Republic commandos from the game is in it. So, you haven't seen this trailer. I mean, you haven't seen the last season. So you'll be lost. But
Okay.
go ahead, watch this.
William will talk about it for us.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be
You
things
can
you'll be
buy your
interested
freedom.
in, for sure.
Whoa,
You can have a
looks
future.
really good.
Isn't that what you're after?
We're already free.
Clearly, you're not paying attention to what's happening out there.
It is time for a new era.
The music in this is really good. So I'm probably going to get this
There
copyrighted.
are others out there who need our
Commander
help.
Cody is in it. Well, he's going to be. this season.
We'll take all the allies we can get.
Let's go.
Oh, it's a little Jedi.
Yeah,
Clone Wars.
Yeah, from Clone Wars.
Let's get
He goes
to
in the
work.
cave and picks out his lightsaber crystal.
Yep, he does. I'll mute it because Misa.
I gotta look how far I am within the Clone Wars.
Not very far.
I don't think I am.
Fall 2022. That's coming up. That's like 3 months from now. So
How many
basically,
seasons are there?
of Clone Wars,
I'm on season 6.
there's 8, right? Or 7.
7.
Okay, you're close to done. And then you
Which
just
I
have to
haven't
watch.
watched it in like a year, but
And then you have to watch a season of Bad Batch.
oh, I forgot about this whole the gosh, what are they called? Yoda goes to the
The Sith Homo
no, the you know what I'm talking about. I can never remember what they're called, the mask people.
mask people.
And they teach them what they taught Qui-Gon.
Oh, ah, I don't remember their names. So
Oh, I need to finish Clone Wars because I'm almost done with it.
you're almost, and then you can watch Bad Batch.
I honestly feel like I'm just not excited to watch the new season of Clone Wars. Or, not the new season, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like it as much, but maybe
I've heard such bad
you'll
things
like it.
about it.
Maybe you'll like it. You know,
Maybe.
they also had Tales of the Jedi footage, so it's gonna be 2 stories. Well, actually, multiple stories. There's gonna be about Ahsoka, Count Dooku, and Qui-Gon. So,
Oh, we're
like,
gonna get to see a good
yeah,
Dooku.
you're gonna see a Jedi Dooku with his apprentice Qui-Gon, and Liam Neeson is voicing Qui-Gon,
That will be really cool.
and I think Liam Neeson's son is voicing young Qui-Gon.
That is really cool.
So, unfortunately, actual Count Dooku is dead.
Yeah.
So he can't voice
Oh, I
act.
forgot about that.
Real sad. Dude, Christopher Lee, I think was his name.
Every time I think about him, I think about that. Is it the Lord of the Rings interview where he's like,
Yes.
"Yeah, that's not actually how it would sound to get stabbed."
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was funny.
But they're gonna have stories about Ahsoka being a little kid, getting trained by Anakin. Let's see here. I don't want to hear them talk about it, but so to actually show some of the footage.
Are they?
Well, they showed it like to people that were there, but I saw like
Where?
some leaked stuff. It was a celebration. They had like a big 4-day
Oh, I didn't even know that.
celebration.
That'll be cool.
I might just Google it real quick.
I
Yeah.
I'm talking to my friends, and he's like, you know, IGN has like the worst movie rankings.
I remember it being bad. I don't remember a lot of it though, to be fair. Like what's an example?
Like he's like the top Pixar movies or whatever. And it was like terrible picks. but I don't know. You probably agree with them.
Oh, are you saying I'm uncultured when it comes to
Yeah,
Pixar movies? How
definitely.
awful for you to say that to me. Okay. So this is someone doing the honorable thing by bootlegging a thing they should not be showing. So probably not gonna show it to you guys, but you can get to see it too. It's Clone Wars style.
Warn them about the coming dark.
Oh my.
Well, the train pays off.
Yaddle
Yaddle?
is there.
And who might you be?
That's Plagueis?
No
No,
idea.
who is that?
No idea. No
I
idea who
can't
that
see
is.
it good enough.
That's because they're not supposed to be recording it.
That is so cool.
Let's see here. Young Dooku, middle-aged Dooku, Yaddle, and middle-aged Dooku fighting. Young Dooku being Force Grabs. Let's see here. Captain Rex, uh, Ahsoka, Qui-Gon, a lot of stuff.
Interesting. Anybody in the comments say anything?
That's what the comments were.
Oh no.
I was just reading the comments. You know?
Usually there's like one person in the comments and they're like, technically that's incorrect. It's actually Darth blah 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 who was born in this year, and it's just like, okay, I'm glad you did a Google search and like posted in the comments. Gosh.
Yeah. You got it.
I can't. I gotta be honest. I'm like that too sometimes, where I'm like, "Oh, that's so incorrect. It's actually this person who did this." So I'm hating on myself as well.
So, let's see. Was there anything else that I can think of that were coming out?
I'm gonna go to our general chat because I know we had.
Oh yeah, Indiana Jones 5 was announced.
Really?
Well, it was kind of already known. But I guess they showed an image of it at the Star Wars celebration.
That's really
They also
cool.
talked about Willow, you know that show on Disney Plus.
No.
Oh, sorry, not show, movie. Was it a show or movie? I have no idea. They announced Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic's remastered for the Nintendo Switch. So
For the Switch?
for the Switch, yeah, you can play Knights of the Old Republic on the Switch at June 8th, 2022.
Huh. So we've heard about Obi-Wan Kenobi, The Bad Batch, Ahsoka. Vision's already happened.
They did talk about season 2 of Visions.
They're
I
doing season
watched a
2.
bit of it. So instead of it just being Japan next time, they're going all over the world, and different countries are animated.
That's so
An
cool.
episode. There's going to be one from India, Japan, probably China.
I really like the Visions. It's so cool.
Yeah, except no lore. They don't care for the lore.
Yeah.
But it's all right.
Well, I'm glad there's no lore because some of the episodes are questionable.
No, that's what I mean. They
Yeah.
ignore the lore So, but I mean, there's
Yeah.
some good episodes though.
Have we heard anything about Rangers of the New Republic?
I no, we have not. Ever
And we've
since
heard about Andor as well. What about Lando?
uh, not to my not to my knowledge. I mean, ever
You think
since
they'd be pushing the biggest villain in Star Wars history?
uh, I mean, ever since the Cara Dune incident, Rangers of the Republic. No, sorry, Rangers of the no
What
Republic.
happened with Cara
Right?
Dune?
You know the whole thing.
No, I'm not aware. You're gonna have to tell me afterwards.
We've talked about this before. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I probably know.
Let's
Okay,
see here.
it doesn't matter that much.
Just seeing
Rogue
if it
Squadron.
still Rogue Squadron. That's a movie they haven't talked about though. But I am
What about
concerned
the droid
about that.
story?
I haven't
Oh,
seen
Cara
anything
Dune.
about that.
I thought you meant what's her name? What's her name?
Bo-Katan?
The Solo.
Oh. Oh, I can only think of her character's
I
name.
know exactly
Kira?
what she looks like. Yes,
I don't remember her
that's what I
actual
thought
name,
you were
though.
talking about. I was like, what happened with her?
No.
No, but gosh, yeah. Of the shows, I remember we were like, I'm excited for Obi-Wan, and then it's like, what else are you excited for? And I was like, Acolyte. We've,
Yeah,
I don't know, Lando. I think Childish Gambino killed it, but I don't know if they're gonna keep with that. We'll see though.
we'll see.
Um,
I mean, there's not really much else to say, really. Not that I can
yeah,
think of. Cover it all within like
maybe
40 minutes.
maybe I know it hasn't been like very long that we've played it, but maybe we can talk about my first experience with D&D.
We could. Yeah. Yeah, we could.
So I know this is kind of random, guys, and just like midway through the episode, but William is actually running a campaign right now,
I am.
and I was invited, and he is okay, DM. He's okay.
Oh, thanks. That fills me
No,
with so much
the world's
confidence.
been really cool. Like it's really exciting, and I don't know. I feel like D&D, like a lot of things is like looked down upon. Like still I know there was like that whole thing where it's like it's of the devil and stuff, but I feel like there's still like a stigma behind it.
Yeah, I mean, the whole it's of the devil thing is just kind of like it's not true, but the reason why a lot of people believed it was because in the 80s, a lot of people used like who are satanic and stuff like that had played D&D and were like putting that stuff in their worlds, and there is like monsters from hell and devils and demons in D&D, so you could assume okay, it's evil or something. But like D&D is a system, really. There is a lore for it, but it's a system that literally anyone can use to put any kind of story out. So
Yeah, like I just didn't realize how advanced it was, which I kind of got out of character like last session. We've only played like maybe 1.5 sessions because we had a session 0. No, I've played 2.
pretty much through it. Pretty
Yeah,
much through.
because I also played sorry,
One shot.
a one shot. That's what you call it.
Yeah.
But like, I just picked up a snowball and threw it at someone, at one of my members of in the party, and it was just like, wow, I can actually do this. Like, it's so expansive
Yep.
and so like interesting. Like, for example, William is made a subclass for me, and it's so cool. But you know, it's weird because it's like I would like to recommend everybody play D&D, but you definitely have to get with the right people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's definitely I've heard a lot of horror stories. I don't know if you've ever played
There
in a
are.
campaign with someone that was just like awful, but
I was in at one point a campaign that kind of just fell apart because of problem people and like a horror story. Um, but there is a lot of ways things can go wrong. So
I don't know, but maybe if we like get a consistent group going and William starts a campaign, we can even start streaming it. Like, tell us if you're interested in that because you know it's a lot of fun. And I maybe it'll introduce some of you all to that. It probably not be on this channel, but if you guys are interested, let us know. Um, but I would recommend playing it if you find a good group. It's just like, because I'm gonna be honest, like Williams introduced me to a lot of things. Not like, not like that sounds a little weird, but it's like, oh yeah, William gave me drugs. No, that's not
no,
what
I
happened.
was the Aladdin to his Jasmine. Okay.
Oh yeah, he showed me a whole new world.
Yeah.
Like William showed me some anime, and then he's also like showed me D&D and stuff. But
I'm a
like,
nerd.
I kind of had like a stigma against both before watching or playing either. I was just like, you know, anime is just a little strange. Like people that watch anime are, you know, they're a little strange. Which there are some people who are a little strange. Don't get me wrong, but that's with anything. But you know, like it's actually enjoyable TV that's fun to watch. And then with like D&D, it's like I love board games. I don't know, like I don't I don't know about like you all watching, but board games are something I love to play. Like whenever my family has like an off afternoon, we play board games. And it's just like this is going to be a very bad thing, and William is probably going to be like, no, that's not right. It's just like a giant board game where you can do anything.
I mean, it's a usually played in a tabletop
Yeah,
form. So it is like basically a board game, but I think it's evolved past that to a certain extent because
yeah,
the internet allows people to connect from all over the world. I mean, just the group that I'm running my game with, there's people from I think only me and I think only me, Lincoln, and like one other person are from the US.
yeah. And then we have someone from Canada, and then someone from Italy.
Yeah. And then I think I I think the one Gen's player might be from England.
I think
No.
that's who I'm talking about. I think we.
Yeah, you
Anyways,
know what? Yeah, I think I got
you
confused.
know, it's really cool, and I've never met these people, but like some of the my favorite moments aren't the moments where my character does something cool. It's when someone else grows
Yeah.
because
I
it's
mean
like, oh my gosh, that character did something so cool. Like, you know, I'm so glad they're part of our party. Or like, oh man, like that totally changed the game. What just happened? You know, because
yeah.
we did like our first group encounter. We rode William the DM rolled terrible,
I got
and
um 3 nat ones in a row.
yeah, and then we did not roll good either. Like I think the majority of our average at the table was
Below 10.
definitely below a 10. Like there was no way it was above a 10. But it was still a lot of fun because it's like it's what you make of it from that point. It's like this is like a circus, but this is like an experience our party will remember.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of memorable moments from our session. Some that were good, some of the bad. But like you don't let the bad overshadow the good. So like
Yeah,
some good things that I really saw were like the way each character interacts with the character. Like I've played with the characters I've played in the campaign. Like I mean like role played as like there's one dude who's pretty shady and everyone interacted him with him in a different way. Like Lincoln, your character was more like cautious, but then when he brought up like your character's grandmother, you earned some not respect, but you started to listen more, you know?
yeah,
And when a criminal, not criminal, a person who with there's two people in our group with criminal tendencies, like their characters are, um, and they both reacted in different ways to the shady guy turning out to be like this official who has like power with the city police, and that changed the dynamic for sure. And then
yeah. And it was pretty funny because one thing we didn't really do was like introduce our characters. Like this is the height. Like we kind of explained like, oh, this character did this. We probably should do that next session where it's like we look at each other and you see blah 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 blah. Because there's some like key elements to my character that I didn't explain yet.
yeah, yeah, we could do that.
But it was a lot of fun because you start to imagine like this character in this world. Like my character is a Trenton, so it's like a 5-foot humanoid creature, and one of the people in our party goes, "I really thought you were like 6 feet tall or something," because just the way I was playing the character, it was like, like you're playing this like a character that is like 6 feet tall, or but it's just like I'm just a 5-foot character. It was fun.
Yeah, it's interesting because like the way you're acting, you have to think about what your character looks like as he's doing that.
And I didn't even think about that because I did this thing. It was so dumb. It was I didn't get any directions, which I thought we got directions, but we didn't. And I was like, I'm just gonna walk out of the bar and head there now, or the tavern and head there now. And you said, as you walk outside, you realize you have no directions, and then everybody just rolled super well in the session 0, and we just got there without any directions, and it was a really fun moment. But
I mean, there was a lot of character interaction that like the individual players did. It's like not everything was group based. Usually, you don't want to split up the party, but like in situations where like there's no threat, you're like in the local town, it's okay. So I let everyone kind of decide what they were gonna do. Like when Lincoln's character left, two people were just like, "Oh, I like the way this guy's moving already." So then they just left with him, getting no instructions, no directions. They just straight up left. And the two other people each went to talk to people individually to learn directions of two different locations, and that really helped later in a different session. But I mean, it was. I have a lot of characters that I think everyone interacts with fun. They have fun with them.
Yeah, William is very good at making characters. Like I was having so much fun last session. Like I have I usually mute myself, and I'm so glad I do because I was just laughing so much. Like it was so much fun. Um, but you
Jerry.
know, yeah, and then also other things with Teach falling off the roof and stuff. It was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. But another thing I want to call out is like so fun the dynamic that it's with a party
Yeah.
because I really want to call out this play by who was it? Let me find
Kith.
Kith.
Yeah.
Was it Kith?
Though you talking about when he pretended
The
to
knockout
kill the
play?
guy? Yeah.
Yeah, so Kith was like, okay, one of our party members just wanted to kill someone because they're a death cleric, and it's like, okay, whatever. And I was like very against it. And because I'm like I play a character that's very like, life is important, like family is important, and the guy was like brought up his family, so I was like, okay, I really feel for this guy.
He's Dominic
And so
Toretto.
one of our one of our teammates just like was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do non-lethal damage and knock him out to end this conflict, which
Yeah.
was super smart, and I would have never thought of. Like I was planning on fighting, like, but it's just like so many different approaches to the game. It's just so cool to see that.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
think also just like player interactions. Like as the DM, the guy who's running the game, I have literally no idea what anyone is going to do. So I have to like always be on the move. And a lot of interesting situations become available to me because of what the players are saying to each other and what they're doing. So an example of something that was really interesting was they were approaching this cabin and three of them decided to go like to the cabin. Well, one of the three decided to stand back and play with snow. Uh, but the other two guys went to go sneak around to see if they could break in, and one of them just has the ability to like enter his ring, though no other like character really knows that except for I think Teach, because he's the only
Yeah.
one that saw it, and you guys have not discussed this at all. So like you three other characters have no idea he can do this, but he did this and had a really interesting interaction. I'm not going to spoil it for Lincoln, um, but like it was interesting because I created a situation on the spot because he decided to take his ring off and toss it to the other uh, player so that they could sneak in easier, and it created a really interesting situation.
It's yeah. One thing that is hard is not metagaming. I will say that. So
Yeah.
one thing I have is I have notes, which notes are good for D&D, but I only try to take notes of things I know.
Like your character
Because a lot of times,
knows.
yeah, because a lot of times William has the notes for everything, and I'm just like, okay, well, I trust that William has that,
Yeah.
and why would I need to ask a question about it if I don't know it, But it keeps me straight, and it's like, okay, I know this, I do not know this.
Yeah.
But so far, it's been a lot of fun, and if you have friends that do it, I don't know how they play. I couldn't tell you. I'm very fortunate that William plays like in a style that I really like, and he DMs it a style I like. But feel it out, maybe give it a try because like so far I've had like so much fun playing it. It's just like it's just really cool.
And every group is going to be different. Every DM is going to be different. Um, the way I DM will be fun for players like Lincoln, but it may not be the right play style for others, and you have to kind of like figure that out. That's why I had a session 0 to kind of like see how everyone reacts to my style. And I also, on purpose, uh, so like Lincoln and my other friend that I invited to it, I know both of them, and they hadn't played before, so I made sure to get other people that hadn't really played before, except for like one other person in the group, just so I could like get them almost like un. This is gonna be a weird word to use, untainted, to where it's like I can influence you with my playstyle more than another person's DM style influencing how another plays. Because an
Yeah,
example is
yeah.
the
I'll let you
player
use the example.
in the group that has played before is always questioning like why I do things a specific way. And I have to be like stern and say, well, maybe that way for like the campaign you played it before, but it's the way I'm doing it in this one, you know?
Yeah, which I think is kind of cool that you play different ways depending on who it is. And
Yeah.
as I'm like, because I've been watching videos in preparation for playing, which I still feel like I know nothing. I probably watched the wrong videos because I've been watching like videos on like it was like random videos like, oh, did you know you could do this in D&D? Or it's
Yeah,
like,
it's like class building or like doing
yeah,
crazy
or
things
it's like,
things.
I didn't think I was going to be the class I am, but what's really cool is I really like the class that I am because I'm playing the fighter,
Fighter.
and it's like, wow, I can do that, I can do this, and it's definitely like you have different dynamics depending on what you are.
Yeah. Usually you want to have it to where like each player has their thing that they're good at, and that they will be able to shine with, you know. That's why I wanted mostly everyone to be like a different class and have a different backstory. I didn't want things too similar. Um, and like the party composition is also really important for the players themselves so that they don't get jumped really bad in playing the game in combat situations. Because let's say if everyone was a fighter, you'd be really good at kicking, you know, bandits' butts. But I mean, if you have a bunch of enemies that are long range, well, you can play a long range fighter. But let's say you have a bunch of magic casters as your enemies. They just put the whole party to sleep. And if only they had a magic caster, or if someone gets really injured and they're about to die, better have a healer. Because if you don't, you're gonna die. Um, Literally, the first combat in the game, which I expected there to be combat before it, but the players surprised me and smooth. Well, not really smooth talked, intimidated their way out of combat. Um, but the first combat they had, one of the players only had like a sliver of health with the first round, and it was a good thing we had healers. You know.
hmm It was a lot of fun, and I'll probably update you as I play more, and like we'll do updates here and there. But one thing I'm definitely excited about if I play enough is potentially DMing. I
Yeah.
haven't talked to you about this at all, but like the idea of like making a world and stuff seems really interesting. So I know I had like some input on your world, but I like it wasn't.
Yeah.
Um, but like I watched like a video about someone who's been running a campaign for 40 years,
Wow.
And it's like, whoa, like, these are the possibilities of playing this game.
I think it comes like the world. I made sure to have my world affected by player decision. So it's like you want your character to be like this. Well, I'm gonna have my world accommodate in some way and use your guys' characters and their backstories to help build the intricacies of my own world. You know.
Yeah, which we haven't fully seen that yet, but it seems really cool.
Well, right now, because they are new players, I have them in like a tutorial almost. And because this was my first time DMing, I'm using a module that was pre-made, but I altered it heavily to fit in my worlds. Um, I'm not going to say what the module was, and there's a reason why I haven't said it to the group because I don't want them to look up the module and like find out twists and turns that may be from the module. You know,
Yeah, that makes sense. It's better not to know.
because like I don't want even want to let you guys think about it. Because if you're like, oh, I know what this is, I can go ahead and look it up. You know, and
Yeah, which
yeah.
is like tempting because like I don't want to know what happens. I have to wait a whole week. But
Yeah.
I think
But
it's
once
definitely a lot of fun.
But like once everyone's kind of like used to the game playing it, I'm gonna turn off like the pre-made portions of it and go full into my world. Right now we're just like we're in the prologue. Like everyone's characters are meeting, you're learning about each other. By the time the prologue's over, it'll be a full group with like
Yeah,
even
I'm
stories
s-
to tell.
I'm so glad we are in the prologue as well
Yeah.
because
I
we're
think
gonna have to get as far away as possible from this area.
uh, I think um a beginning, like letting your players figure out who their characters are, is
Hello,
really important. Yeah,
sorry, what did you say?
I was just saying that I feel like it's really important to have your players figure out who their characters are and give them opportunities to like develop what their character would do in certain situations. Like,
Yeah,
I think the one shot that I did with you really developed like the way your character would go about things. But then I feel like almost your character is slightly different because you were kind of nervous and you didn't want to like steal the thunder from like the other players. So you became
well,
more
also, yeah,
passive.
I feel like my character will become more normal later. I just was like basically had the confrontation where it was like on one side versus the other, and naturally my character would just like fight this dude. And I was like, like one thing I remember hearing is like, you do not want to fight your party. Like, don't do this. This is not a good idea.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, like, I'm just gonna give it some grace this time. Not gonna do that. But under normal circumstances, my character would have completely fought this person.
I mean, I
Um,
think like from my perspective as a person who's running the game, I was thinking like at certain points because I have seen your character like shine on their own because of the one shot, like the whole snowball business. I was kind of like, where is this coming from? Um, and then like a part where you just kind of like stood down when this guy was gonna kill this person you had a family in front of you. I was just kind of
well,
like, ooh,
what I was doing with the snowball thing is, I thought the person was not gonna let us inside.
yeah,
So what I was planning on doing, I think I told you this, was I was making snowballs to throw at the guards, and I was going to set up a rope to trip them when they came. and like hide it underneath the snow kind of, and just like, whatever. But you were like, oh yeah, come on in. So like I was just like, what do I do with these snowballs now?
Well, the
But
way
that was more of
sorry.
like a mistake on my part because I was assuming something would happen when I didn't know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of using my context that we knew outside the game because you said to us, yeah, the way I made this, or the way this character is, they're very, I think it was a comment you made and it was like outside the game. So I was kind of metagaming. And you said, yeah, basically the way I made this character before you guys go to this location is just putting in context, she just lost this person, and she is mourning and does not want anybody to come in. So I was like, okay, well, we're going to have to like do something to get inside. And that was my bad because I was assuming that because you said that. My character would have probably just been like, hey, what's up?
Yeah. I think what you see, because I'm also playing as different characters at different times, I was putting myself in like this character's like mindset and like what I had. Like this isn't really like a spoiler at all. This is just something you guys wouldn't know, and it probably won't ever affect the game at all. So I'm gonna tell you this now. So like the part where like the character is mourning, they're guarding this house of their master. I had her go inside. Remember that?
Yes.
So the reason why I didn't say really what she was doing inside is because no one asked to like look and figure out like what she was doing. Like Teach and Kith didn't ask to look for it, like look at her and figure out what she was doing. I probably could have like said, "Hey, roll me like perception to see like what she's doing," so I could do that in the future for different situations. But basically, what she did was she went in there to go look at everything and just kind of like calm herself down and kind of be like, "Okay, he's gone.
Like
It's okay to let people inside."
That makes sense.
And the reason why she actually went in, I don't know if you noticed this, was because Neslin, his character mentioned Elwyn, which for everyone at home, Elwyn is a character that is like a really shady kind of guy, but he knows like almost everyone, and he has like a high position. So like his name carries weight, and he knows this woman. And so after hearing that he was involved in the situation, she trusts him. She went in, looked at everything, calmed herself down, went out, let you guys in. But then, because you guys don't know that context, it makes what happens
so much worse.
It makes what happens so much worse. And
Yes.
because of what happened, there is going to be consequences for that. And
all I did was,
well, it's not about really what you did. It's about what someone else did.
I know, all I did was shake someone's hand, and then the next thing I know, we are kicked out of this place. And I'm like, what? And I was like, okay, like, this is it. I'm just throwing a snowball. Like, I'm so done. Like, I don't know if you picked up on that, but I was so done after that happened. I was like, are you serious?
I intended her to be like this character that would maybe at first be cold to you guys, then come around and actually become a useful ally. And hey, players surprised me and made her an enemy. So
that's probably when I lost my bearing of the character that night.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, the snowball thing was kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like it was like something funny, like everybody's like, oh, what's Lincoln doing? Like, why is he making snowballs? But then after that happened, I was just like, pick up my snowballs and I throw them.
Yeah, you just you threw it at the guy 3 times. I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
and I missed every time, and I was just like, that's when I was like, are you serious? Like, because my character's the character that's a trader, wants to get to know people, like, could potentially have business deals here. And all that just went out the window.
And you also wanted to hear if people knew about your grandmother.
I know,
And
and it was just like,
hey, all
why,
I'm gonna say
guys?
is you might have missed a character interaction with someone who knew your grandmother. That's all I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
say.
But did you pick up that I was very frustrated after that?
Yeah, yeah. Everyone
That's
was.
why I was so strange.
Dude,
Which
Edward's
there was
player was so upset. You could hear it in his voice. He was like,
who's?
um, Edward, Teach.
Yeah.
He was upset too, and I'm pretty sure. Right. You see, everyone was so upset with what this one player did that it made when like the 2 players who didn't see what happened come back, they started yelling at him immediately, and I was like, "Hey, your characters don't know what he did at all, so you can't yell at him about this." And they had to like listen to like what the characters were saying in the argument, and so they had to like kind of adjust to saying what they knew, you know?
Yeah, and that's probably something I need to get better at because a lot of times me as a person, this is just me as a person, I expect things to happen, and when it's so contrary to what I think, like I'm just like, what? Like, what is going on? And I just get so confused and just start doing random things. It's like,
Yeah.
what is going on? Like, this is not right at all. But that's something I need to work on because I need to work on maintaining the character. Because after that, I was just like, you know how much I lost from this interaction?
Yeah. I mean,
It was just like,
I think everyone, because they're just beginning, is so like this is something to keep in mind also, viewers, that from my perspective at the as the DM, what I'm seeing is everyone is just kind of getting to know each other and know each other's characters and like certain things about everyone, that everyone was so focused on trying to like keep some sort of peace that they don't understand that your player not being happy with another player's characters is fine. Like it's fine. If your character would be upset with another player's character doing something, it's okay for your character to be upset. You don't have to
yeah,
stifle them, you know?
I think we didn't understand that because like that's the one thing like I've heard in multiple videos is like your party may not be the best, but like go along with it because it might get better. But like the action that was taken was just so like weird and like so like mind-boggling that I was just like, what?
I mean, it came out of nowhere. I was surprised. I think everyone else was too, because it was just so out of nowhere.
Because I felt so angry. I tried to separate that from my character, if that makes any sense, because I
Yeah,
was like, I missed so much from my character just because that happened. And I was like, I want everybody to have a good time. I'm just gonna be angry, and then, maybe we can just continue on the story, and I'm just not gonna take that anger out. But that makes total sense because they are characters, they do get angry. And that's probably something I need to work on. It's just like unexpected. I didn't expect to feel that type of emotion within like one
yeah,
of the first. So I need to. You do make a good point when you're saying this because I didn't think of it that way. I thought of it as like me as a person is very upset. My character is just going to do what they do. Well, it should have been I'm upset, but my character is very upset.
yeah. Because you have to think about like if your character actually cares about what they did or not, you know?
Yeah. So that's definitely something to keep in mind for the next session.
Yeah. And one thing you mentioned, like trying to think about like your character and like guidelines for your character. I mean, this is the reason why you filled out personal characteristics and like your physical traits and like your allies, and you did your backstory story. That doesn't stop once you create it. You can keep looking at it. Like I'm looking at your character's personality traits, your ideals, your bonds, your flaws, because you have to keep in mind your character has flaws too. So like
Yeah,
one thing that like you didn't really, actually you did kind of keep with this, but I don't know if you meant to do this on purpose. Your character can be very nosy. It's something you put down as a flaw. And you were asking two of the players a lot of questions about themselves. So like that made sense. And you desire to know every character's intentions. It's another part of your character. And
I really was just playing the character. Just
you know, like another flaw of your character is they try to do everything by themselves. You know?
and that would have been the perfect moment for me to just like fight the one character. But it,
Well, let me tell you, it's
it was
also my job
so
to try to stop situations like this from even happening. So I failed at that. But also, I'm the type of person, DM, that will allow character conflicts to eventually, if it become so bad, to be PvP. Though I may restrict it to it just being a brawl, not killing each other. So like
yeah, because
if your character had stood up to that one to Gen, I would have made it, because I don't think your character would just flat out kill or try to kill Gen. I think your character would try to knock him out, if anything. You know?
yeah, but I think, like I said, I wasn't prepared for what happened at all.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I
you know,
wasn't either.
so much happened. Like, though there were a lot of good moments, there were moments that were just like what the frick?
Yeah.
And I was not prepared for that at all. So that was like my fault. I completely like removed myself from the character, and it was just like, okay, my character is now a cardboard box.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely prepared for it now, and I definitely think I can. I'm going to implement that resentment towards one of the characters the next session.
Yeah. Because, like, I mean, you guys, so, like, there was an interaction where they captured two bandits, and one of the bandits was executed. That's kind of what we've been talking about. And so now all they have left is, a, I think, a character that everyone likes that I made just on the fly, Jerry. And, um, I wonder what you guys are gonna do with him, because you haven't decided if you're bringing him with you or if you're leaving him there or if you're gonna kill him. Also,
I think I've decided what my character is going to do.
yeah,
Just because I don't want to give you information at all because I don't want
yeah,
you to be like, oh, this is what I expect. But I think I've decided what I want to do with that character. And you know, it next session it's going to be a rough one for us.
yeah. I think it's gonna be a lot of growing pains for everyone's
Yeah,
characters.
because I might like there might be a fight, who knows?
Who knows? But
But
yeah, no, I think it's this is all part of a story, you know.
yeah,
And I don't expect something as bad or as shocking as what happened last time to happen again. Because I'm also working behind the scenes to straighten some things out, you know? So, like,
Yeah.
you could have in your mind, like, what your character is feeling from, like, what just happened. But also keep in mind if there is a change to other people's characters, like if they act slightly better or stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, which I didn't think about it, but I was more so thinking like the character. I didn't know that Gin did not kill the character. Like as far as I knew, Gin killed the character, or not Gin.
Yeah.
Kith killed the character.
Yeah.
So that completely changed my perspective.
Well, you left, didn't you?
No, I was there when
Okay,
that happened.
it was Neslin and Teach that left. I should have had you roll a deception. Insight check.
But I think I was
Uh,
just assuming that happened because I was like, because it was like a 20-minute conversation about what are we going to do with these people. And then, that happened and it was like, well, dang. Like, but, I'm definitely excited for next session.
I think beginning of next session, I have to keep in mind I'm going to make you roll an insight check to see if you noticed who actually killed
I mean,
Terry.
most likely I'm going to think it's Gif because I think, not Kith, because Kith rolled a 21.
Yeah. So
So,
we'll see.
but anyways,
I do have one last question before we kind of like wrap up for you. What's your favorite character I've done so far?
oh, gotta go with Cedric.
Cedric. Oh, I didn't even think of Cedric. Yeah, he is part of the world, so he's there. How about
Yeah,
how about I specify then? Well, okay, tell me what you like about Cedric. I'm also explain Cedric to
we're
everyone
gonna
else.
have to go a little bit more in depth on the podcast about some of these characters because there's
Yeah,
some characters I really like.
but who was your
But
most favorite new character
what I like
since our
about
session
Cedric
0?
is, yeah, what I like about Cedric is he rolled like so well on one move and like saved the day. Like if it wasn't for him, like
He did
it,
a lot of things.
yeah, like
He rolled well.
it was just like a really impressive thing, and it's like what was needed because both my characters that I was playing with were useless.
Yeah.
Like just kept missing shots for
Well,
one, and
actually,
then another.
technically, you weren't playing as this character, so you only were playing it as your character, and you were just kind of like
Yeah,
instructing what these other ones should be doing, and I was enjoying them. But
both the characters I was playing along with were useless, but this one character came and was amazing.
yeah, I mean, he really showed up. But who's your most favorite newcoming,
That you've made.
that I've made?
My favorite character at the moment is Teach, but that's not the character you made.
Yeah, you just
I
like
really,
his character.
yeah, I really just like that character a lot. Um, I really, God, I I really liked Terry before he was killed.
Well, here's one thing. I think people got confused because I named the bandits Terry and Jerry just on the fly, which is bad on my part. Terry was the one that was like, "Oh, please don't hurt me. I don't know anything." That was Terry.
Yeah,
Jerry,
I know. And Terry was like, because one of the characters called him a bastard, and he's like, I have both my parents.
no, that was
Or like,
Jerry.
no,
Jerry,
that was,
no, because I remember saying that with the accent.
Oh, yes, the character that killed
Jerry,
Jerry.
the one, is alive. This is what makes
It-
it worse. He killed the guy who didn't run away.
I know.
Which,
My favorite one was the one we didn't get a lot from a lot of characters because one of them was sick and one of them was, I didn't get much interaction with that character. But the one character I did get interaction with was the one we killed. So it was just kind of like,
yeah. I mean, I
But-
think for me, the character that has the most like stuff behind him is Elwyn. And I think everyone liked Elwyn, like his
yeah,
character. But I really loved playing Jerry and just kind of like joking around
yeah,
with everyone.
that was probably my favorite because it was so like funny.
He's like, I'm not a bastard, you know? We're just talking like
Yeah,
this. He's like, my parents are married. They love each other.
yeah, it was so funny, and then good stuff. It was good stuff.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to update you on some D&D stories because it seems like a lot is gonna go down, and we'll have
Yeah.
to tell the story of Cedric eventually. But Cedric might show back up in the campaign. I don't know. Will it? That's up to. I guess that's up to us and William. So
Yeah. So next week we'll be definitely doing a Obi-Wan, maybe 4-episode review. We'll see.
Yes.
But definitely at least midway review. If you guys liked the video, like and subscribe. I saw our most recent video got a couple likes, which is pretty good. Keep it up.
We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys next time.